And welcome to Planet 412. I was just in a knockdown, drag out, behind the woodshed fight with the computer. I think he still wins because he has the last say. Hello to everybody. I apologize for being a little late. I've been pretty good lately on getting it, but this, I'm not going to swear. How is everybody doing? My mods, how are you guys doing? Kel, BJ, and uh, who's the lady that helped me with the title? She Oh, Josie. Yeah, that's right. Josie actually thought up a variation of the title for tonight. And as soon as I thought it up, or I heard her say that, I was like, oh my God, Newt, aliens. That's got to be the title tonight. So I hope you guys that are alien buffs that you appreciated that. I thought it was pretty funny. Something that my family, me and my wife have been saying for years is uh, they mostly come at night. Mostly. My wife does a great imitation of it. Hello, Sherry French. Louise, how are you, my dear? You're getting that in the weekend. Just wanted to let you know. I know I'm being vague, but um, let's see who else we got in here. El Martino, sir, how are you? Um, Quicksilver, what up? Scott, how is it down in South Carolina? You guys got warm weather? Are you in the southern part or are you in the northern part? Because that will make a big difference. Let's see who else. Excuse me. Karen Roots, how are you, my dear? Um, I don't want to miss anybody. Sometimes I do. A lot of the same convos. Let's see. Oh, Chris, Logan, and 24-hour Reaper. I have gotten the impression that these guys are friends because they're always with each other. I've seen them in other channels as well. So thanks, guys, for coming. Everybody that's here. How you doing, Bonnie? How are you? Oh, and Sylvia, hello again. I hate smartphones. Hello. That's a great title. I I actually like my smartphone. So, um, what's going on, everybody? Jordan, how are you, Mister Cogburn? What's up, guys? What is everything going on? So, I hope I never wear ever, and no offense to those that do. It's just I'm not a hunter or anything. I don't wear camo, but this hat is pretty kick ass. This was sent to me by my two of my very good friends, Todd Erie and Brian Brock from Cryptid Creatures. If you don't know who they are and you don't know the channel, get your butts on over there. They were actually the very first official interview I've ever done uh, of my Dogman experience. So, yeah, so they're great guys. I love them. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And the fact it's really dark and you don't really see the camo. I'm just not a camo guys, you know. Um, that is funny. You know what else I love? El Martino. I love. We're screwed. We're screwed. Game over, man. Game over. I love that one. That's hilarious. Bill Pullman, is that who it was? What a huge star he turned out to be. Um, well, thank you, Louise. You know, appreciate it. I shaved today for Bonnie. Bonnie, I shaved for you today, just to let you know. Um, all I left is a short goatee, which I think I grow very, very well. I've always been a lover of goatees. My wife, though, has never really cared for them. She's like, I don't like your goatee or whatever, but I think she might like this one because she didn't say anything about it. So, Yeah, it was a great line. So, guys, what is going on today? Well, as you saw with the title, they come out at night, which obviously can really encompass just about any kind of creepy, crawly, ghost, paranormal, supernatural. And we better get back to playing videos because people have checked on out as they came in. That's not very nice. We got to start the show with some personalized things, you know? Also, guys, I want to just let you know real quick. I'm going to be going next week on the, and I promise I'll get started. Um, on the 24th of next week, um, which is no 25th, which is a Wednesday. I will be going to speak at a pretty big paranormal conference. It's not a conference; it's a meeting of a very, I guess, prestigious cryptid group in Pennsylvania. I have to drive an hour and a half to get there. So I'm going to speak there. I'm actually going to go live from that. I just want you guys to know. So on the 25th of next week, which is a Wednesday, like I said, I have to be there at 5 o'clock. I believe we might start at 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'll find out for sure tonight and I'll advertise. I'm gonna have it on. There's gonna be quite a few people there. And I'm going to do my thing. So if you guys aren't, doing anything, it would be cool to see you in the. I'm not going to be able to really comment in the chat, but yeah. So it's called the what is it? Hold on, I have to. I forgot the name of it real quick. It is the Butler Paranormal Group. It's longer than that, but I remember Butler, and it's going to be a good time. They're gonna feed the big guy, and they're gonna take care of gas and stuff, and my fees for anything. So I'm just excited about getting to go there. And it didn't work out at the end of the year. I was going to go as their last speaker. They've been like pining for this the story. They've heard about it, and so we'll see. So without further ado, let me just shut up and start getting videos out there. And I had some people send some vids, so that's what I'm going to go to first, and get our people that have sent things to us and thank them by playing them. So, by the way, guys, I am extremely close to getting the computer. So, I'm going to say this: if you guys are thinking about donating and you have the ability to send it on Venmo or Cash App or PayPal, since I'm so close, if you guys, and I'll announce it, guys, let me know you sent it and I'll announce it. But I'm so close. I don't want YouTube, no offense, YouTube, but I don't want them getting 30% of my computer money. So if you are choosing to help out, I just wanted to mention that. So I will shut up with all of that stuff. So I apologize. And um, it's asking me for a code for some reason. My chat history needs to be restored, apparently. Okay, well, here we go. And I promise I will get this rolling here very soon. Oh, okay. That looks like a great one. That's by one of our anonymous. It looks really good, guys. So let me share. Let me share it with you. Oop. You get a little tease. Where did I go? I don't see my oh, there I am. My bad, everybody. I promise this is not the way things normally go this slow. I'm having, it's probably just ironic, of course, and the computer going for its last kind of hurrah here because it does not want to allow me to work tonight. So let me get this sucker out here. And please stop messing with me, computer. I'm so sorry, guys. It's almost gone. It's almost out of here. All right, there we go. All right, here we go, guys. My baddest.
In today's video, you're about to witness moments that defy explanation. Shadowy figures, headless shapes, and encounters so strange they leave even the bravest stunned. These clips show the unexplainable in its purest, most unsettling form. Late at night, a biker rode down what seemed like an empty road when he noticed a figure following him. It moved in a way that didn't seem natural, its body appearing badly decayed, yet it kept pace, even as the biker accelerated. His riding partner, less shaken but cautious, managed to get a clearer view and recorded the figure on camera before they finally sped away. Despite their escape, the figure remained close for longer than expected, leaving them uncertain whether it had intended to harm them or was merely observing them as they moved through its space. Living room ghost. This video didn't spread because of golf practice. It spread because of what happened moments later. A woman was lining up her shot inside her home when the door behind her slowly opened on its own. No one touched it. There was no sound of footsteps. No sign of someone entering.
So Jordan commenting to you, yes, it was creepy. I thought it was hilarious when they tripped and fell, though, showing you it's a costume. You could see the way that the rubber was flipping.
You can hear the panic in their voices as they realize this isn't normal.
Now, what are your
believe something unseen walked into that room and made its presence known.
What are your thoughts, guys, real quick, on it being, a table, messed with from strings or whatever, the fact that it went that way, the door, could swing open that way with somebody back there. What are you guys thinking?
Two mirrors horror. Most people have heard the
I
warning
agree.
about
I
placing
hate
two mirrors
smartphones.
across from each other. One man ignored it. In his room, two mirrors faced one another, creating an endless reflection. One day, he noticed something in the dresser mirror that wasn't actually in the room. Too afraid to step inside, he stayed in the doorway and started recording. In the reflection, a dark face appeared.
Hey, Chris, welcome.
Framed by long, tangled hair. It wasn't standing where any person should have been. The figure seemed to stare directly back through the mirror. The man believed he had captured something demonic. Do you agree with him? Comment below. Disappearing woman. An old belief holds that certain unseen beings can appear as alluring women to draw people in, and some viewers said this CCTV clip seemed to match that idea. A woman entered a shop, her appearance almost too perfect, her movements slightly off, and she smiled at the man behind the counter in a way that felt unsettling rather than genuine. Moments later, she suddenly dropped to the floor, and when the footage was replayed,
that's where they
the woman had vanished. In her place, a cat stood where she had fallen, leaving viewers uneasy and questioning exactly what they had.
Let's watch for the cut There should be some kind of a cut here when she falls and there's nothing there.
Had just witnessed.
Oh, of
Kitchen
course, when
shadow.
I say that, it doesn't show another clip.
Settling rather than genuine. Moments later, she suddenly dropped to the floor, and when the footage
Oh,
was
there it
replayed,
was.
the woman
There it
had
was
vanished.
when she
And
starts to
her
turn
movement
around.
slightly off, and she smiled at the man behind the counter in a way that felt unsettling rather than genuine. Moments later,
Right
she suddenly dropped to the floor,
there.
and when the footage
Oh,
was
that's
replayed, the
AI.
woman had
That's
vanished. In her
AI.
place, a cat stood where she had fallen, leaving viewers uneasy and
Watch the
questioning
way,
exactly.
guys, watch the way her head is going to flip up and back. So she's AI.
What they had just witnessed.
Here,
Kitchen
let's watch it
shadow.
one more time. Every time. Jeez, that thing is short. Come on, don't do this.
She suddenly dropped to the floor,
Oof.
and when the footage
There it
was
was.
replayed, the woman had vanished. In her place, a cat stood where she had fallen, leaving viewers uneasy
The
and
cat was
questioning
already there, it looked
exactly
like.
what they had just witnessed. Kitchen shadow.
Yeah, I hate AI too for some things.
A man was home alone when a strange noise woke him in the middle of the night. He followed it through the house and froze when he saw a dark shadow standing in his kitchen, just staring at him. The moment he tried to approach it, the figure vanished. Things only got worse. Objects around the house began shifting on their own, some falling to the floor without explanation. When he pulled back the curtains to check outside, right behind him, the shadow appeared again. But when he turned around, nothing was there. By then, it was clear. Something was haunting his house, and it wasn't friendly.
Hey, Thomas.
Behind the curtain. During a live video, a woman noticed her curtain shift slightly behind her. At first, she thought it was just a breeze. Then it moved violently, as though something inside had pushed it outward. She was home alone. As soon as she saw it, she ran to her room and locked the door. Viewers watching the live video said a locked door wouldn't matter. If something could move a curtain like that, it probably didn't care about boundaries. Mysterious ghost video. You won't believe what happened when a man bought a second-hand rocking chair from a garage sale. A few days later, it began moving by itself. At first, he laughed it off. Then he noticed something worse. The TV in front of the chair reflected a small figure sitting in it, child-sized, like a doll. He had thrown away the creepy doll that came with the chair, but viewers said the spirit hadn't left. Whatever was rocking the chair still wanted to be seen.
Okay, so I'm going to rewind this one a little bit because the baby or whatever's in that chair already and is all curled up in a ball. And it's only when the TV reflection is being shown that this is done and the baby sits up, or the little kid. All right, here we go.
Something responds back.
Did it not do it? Why? Sorry.
A doll. He had thrown away the creepy doll
All right,
that
here we
came with
go.
the chair, but viewers said the spirit hadn't left. Whatever was rocking the chair still wanted to be seen.
See,
responds back.
Sorry, but I don't buy this one.
Didn't care about boundaries.
So watch at the beginning of it. Ignore this one, please.
Mysterious ghost video. You won't believe what happened when a man bought a second-hand rocking chair from a garage sale. A few days later, it began moving by itself.
Watch.
At first, he laughed it off. Then he noticed something
Oh,
worse.
it was the baby was already sitting up. So
small figure.
Show me the video, as Taz and I always talk about with each other. We're on here with you guys. Show us the beginning. Show us the end. Why are you showing us only a clip from the middle? That doesn't mean anything to us.
Sitting in it, child-sized, like a doll. He had thrown away the creepy doll that came with the chair, but viewers said the spirit hadn't left. Whatever was rocking the chair still wanted to be seen.
Was that good, Chris?
Something responds back.
Doesn't really like it when you whistle.
A man moved into a new house with his family and noticed strange things happening almost immediately. At first, he got used to minor oddities, but then he realized the ghost reacted to his whistling. One time, he whistled and the kitchen cabinet flung open by itself. He closed it. It opened again. Later, banging noise.
I'm going to tell you something, guys, real quick. I usually never really get into most, not all, most of these kitchen, doors opening, and I usually am not into it. I usually don't give much to it. I'm telling you right now, I've seen a door in a kitchen on a upper one open and close personally. So there is something to it. Not all of them, obviously.
Noises led him to the cat room, where the cat swing was moving on its own.
Who are you? Get out of here.
Videos also showed lights flicking, windows rattling, and even hands appearing with no body attached. Whatever was there seemed to be growing stronger.
You gotta go.
Faceless lady.
Louise, you do great mentioning that.
A
You're
group
so
of friends
right.
explored an abandoned building, filming their late-night adventure. As they reached the emergency staircase, something caught their eyes. They huddled together, peeking through a doorway, and froze. Standing on the stairs was a long-haired woman in a white robe. The shaky footage made it hard to see, but her face was completely black, almost non-existent. Panic surged through the group, and they bolted out without looking back. People online were left asking themselves, was this truly the ghost of a faceless lady, or just an illusion of shadows and fear? Abandoned hospital. This guy went exploring an abandoned hospital, which already felt like a bad idea. As he walked down one floor, he saw a man in a hospital gown turn the corner. He followed him into the hallway.
Yeah, that was fake.
And there was no one there. The place was completely empty. Then he saw a face.
And let's watch again, guys, because he goes from into the hallway and he doesn't show the exact area that this supposed ghost is going to be in.
As he walked down one floor, he saw a man in a hospital gown turn the corner. He followed him into the hallway.
See, and they cut it.
And there was no one there.
Oh,
the place was completely empty.
Wait a minute. Could he have taken
Then he saw
a
a
wider,
face peeking through the glass window of a door and panicked. He
arc
ran
to
into
get
a room
down that
that
hallway?
turned out to be the morgue. He opened one freezer and saw a pair of.
Sorry.
He followed him into the hallway.
Watch. Wide arc coming. Watch out, everybody. Back your cars up.
And there was no one there.
He almost
The
went to
place
the
was completely
falling
empty.
wall.
Then he saw a face peeking through the glass window of a door and panicked. He ran into a
Hey,
room
man,
that
bud.
turned out to be the morgue. He opened one freezer and saw a pair of discolored feet. He ran. Later, he came back to check, and the freezer was empty. It felt like something was playing with him. Factory haunting.
That's freaky.
An explorer and his friends entered an abandoned factory, its walls crumbling and floors littered with debris, and immediately felt a sense of unease that only grew as they wandered through the broken halls. As he looked up, he froze. Standing atop a massive, rusted tank was a woman, unnaturally pale, staring down at them. Panic surged through him, but the terror wasn't over. When he swung his flashlight to the side, a man's face suddenly appeared right beside him,
That
startling
would
him so
freak me
badly
out.
he almost dropped the light. He spun it around again, but the figure had vanished, leaving only shadows behind.
All right, hold on a sec. So, regardless if it's supernatural or not, tell me if you like, what was it? The Grudge, when she goes to look up in the attic and she has that lighter and she's like, and then right there is that thing. Oh my God, does that freak me out? That would freak me out regardless if it's a person or if it's fake or real. Obviously, if it's real.
Floating
Right.
hair.
Someone didn't scream jump.
Is that you?
A store manager heard unusual noises coming from his shop after hours and decided to set up a camera to capture everything. The CCTV footage clearly showed that every aisle was empty, and he explained that this wasn't the first time something strange had occurred.
I'm here by myself. Nobody's here.
Stupid.
It's just me.
Later, he went inside to investigate himself, and as he reached the far end of the store, something startled him, causing him to step back abruptly.
Oh! Oh, shit.
Upon reviewing the footage afterward, viewers noticed a strange detail. A small section of his hair lifted upward on its own, with no one else present and no visible cause for the movement.
Look, you see that? You see that?
Invisible force. A security camera inside a warehouse caught something impossible. A worker was finishing his night shift when everything seemed normal. Then, without warning, boxes began toppling from the shelves. The worker jumped back, visibly shaken. The real terror came next. It appeared as though an invisible force grabbed his foot and started dragging him across the floor. No one else was around, and the camera showed nothing touching him. Later, he described feeling an ice-cold hand wrap around his ankle. He admitted strange things often happened in that warehouse, but this was the first time he felt its presence physically. Shadow visitor. A homeowner's camera caught something strange in her living room. Near the door, a shadowy figure appeared. Then the impossible happened. It passed straight through the closed glass door. You could see its reflection on the glass. And still it moved right through. Like the door wasn't
No,
even
it
there.
didn't.
Its
He
shape
dropped down
wasn't clear.
outside of
At
it, it
first,
looked like.
looked like a dog, but when she looked again,
No,
it wasn't.
Isn't it open?
The woman believed it was her dog's ghost. Her pet had passed away
I think
recently,
it's open.
and somehow it had returned for one last visit. Shifting figure.
What do you guys think of that last one? I'm just curious. Let me know in the chat.
CCTV footage dated January 15th, 2026, captured a bizarre moment on an otherwise quiet street in Arlington, Texas. Late at night, with no cars or pedestrians in sight, a man suddenly appeared in front of the camera and dropped to the ground. Within seconds, the figure began changing form, transforming into what appeared to be an animal right there on the street.
Wild. That's AI, though, of course.
When the clip circulated online, viewers...
It was decent. Like, the AI is getting better and better, cleaner and good at what it's doing, much better. But they've got to make a scrubber that you can utilize quick, boom, on the move. I don't know if they have AI scrubbers that fast. Do they, guys? I got to get one.
Argued about what they had seen, some insisting it was a rare or unknown creature, while others believed it showed something capable of shifting between human and animal forms.
Hey, Tyler, how are you?
Empty laughter.
It looked like a lab to me.
On everything I love, I just heard a group of kids over here laughing.
A security guard working the night shift at a large shopping mall believed he was completely alone until he heard laughter echoing through the empty halls. It wasn't just one voice. It sounded like a group of children laughing somewhere in the distance.
You hear that shit?
That would be crazy.
Bro, I'm in the mall by myself.
Confused and unsettled, but the long-standing rumors about the mall's past made the situation even more unnerving. Down one corridor, he spotted a lone figure standing still far away, and that single moment was enough to convince him to leave immediately, abandoning his shift entirely.
That. Staring right at me. Right there.
Unsettling footage.
Every time I turn off the light, there's like a shadow there.
Movie.
You see that?
A man who was home alone noticed something unsettling in one of his rooms. A tall, shadowy figure appeared, but only when the lights were off. The second he switched the light on, the figure vanished. When darkness returned, it reappeared, standing perfectly still. Its shape was unnervingly clear, too distinct to be dismissed as a trick of the eye. Some suggested it was just shadows playing games, but its precision made that hard to believe. Whatever it was, it only came out.
Thank you, Sylvia. Hold on a second, guys. I said that I would put this up. So, guys, Sylvia, just to let you guys know, thank you, Sylvia. Sylvia Jean sent $25 through Cash App for the computer fund, and I want to thank you very much. I really greatly appreciate it. I know BJ's yelling at me about something right now. I just remembered. So thank you, Sylvia.
In the dark.
Hell no. What the dude, I'm out of here.
Mysterious swing video.
Satanás, ¿eres tú?
A group of friends decided to check out a playground rumored to be haunted. One of them sat on a swing while the others filmed. At first, nothing seemed unusual. Then, when he stood up, the swing shot backward as if something invisible had shoved it. There was no wind, and no one else was nearby. He froze for a moment before running off. The push didn't look natural, and his reaction made it clear something unexplained.
Now, obviously,
had
that looked
just
like AI
happened.
to me.
Te reto a que...
Mira. ¡Oh, la vieja, quítalo!
Empty laughter.
On everything I love, I just had a group of kids.
That is
over here laughing.
oh, there could
A
be
security
people
guard working the
anywhere.
night shift at a large shopping mall believed he was completely alone until he heard laughter echoing through the empty halls. It wasn't just one voice. It sounded like a group of children laughing somewhere in the distance.
You hear that shit? What the f? Bro, I'm in the mall by myself.
Confused and unsettled, but the long-standing rumors about the mall's past made the situation even more unnerving. Down one corridor, he spotted a lone figure standing still far away, and that single moment was enough to convince him to leave immediately, abandoning his shift entirely.
That. Staring right at me. Right there.
Office shadow. Late at night, inside a quiet workplace, a man was casually speaking
Revered.
to a coworker when something unusual appeared behind the employee he was facing.
Okay,
A
BJ.
small, dark silhouette
Give me a
sprinted
second.
past, moving too fast to track,
Oye, 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 la cámara, oye.
and the man instinctively pointed at it, visibly shaken by what he had just witnessed. When his coworker turned to see what he was pointing at, there was nothing there at all. The figure had completely disappeared.
Oye, 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 la cámara, oye. En la cámara acaba de pasar ahorita una niña corriendo. Oye, la niña que llora. Oye, te juro que...
People watching the footage later became convinced this was not a trick of the light, and many concluded that the office itself might be haunted, and that these two men had accidentally captured a ghost racing across the background. Face at the window. A family reviewing their CCTV noticed something strange. While one of them sat on the couch, a face appeared at the window, staring inside. It looked distorted, unnatural, and the window was too high for anyone to reach from the ground. The homeowner went outside to show just how far off the ground.
Hey guys, real quick, I just wanted to say thank you to Scott from the Carolina. He sent a donation as well. He said, "Oh man, Scott, thank you, my friend. Let me come on screen real quick here, and I'm gonna try and good night, hon. I'm gonna try and keep myself on screen a little bit more. People have been complaining, like I said. Scott sent $35 to my PayPal for the computer thing. Guys, we're most likely gonna get there if this goes for a little bit longer. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Wow.
The window was. That's when the camera revealed something worse. A pair of discolored feet on the stairs, right next to him. He hadn't seen them, but viewers did. People started saying the house could be haunted. Store mist. This CCTV camera in a store captured something unsettling after closing time. Workers were cleaning when the lockers along the wall started moving on their own. No one touched them. Then a white mist appeared. It didn't drift randomly. It slowly moved across the room, passed straight through a dividing wall, and reappeared on the other side as if the wall didn't exist. People replayed the clip, trying to find an explanation, but nothing fit. Most agreed the store was haunted, and that mist was the presence behind everything. Ghost pulls hair? In this unsettling clip, a female employee was working at her desk when her hair suddenly moved on its own. She looked around, confused, but no one was there. The camera caught it clearly. Her hair shifted like something invisible had touched it. After the video circulated, other employees shared similar experiences. Strange touches, whispers, objects moving. The office wasn't empty at night. Something unseen was still there. Fading figure. A
Hello to
guard
anybody
monitoring
that's
street
come
cameras
in.
spotted something unusual and called over his colleague. On the screen, a shadowy humanoid figure
Let me try
slowly
something
crossed the
here.
street. Step by step,
I'm
it
gonna
became
flip it.
transparent until it vanished completely. The guards just stared. They couldn't explain what they saw.
There we
Some viewers
go.
called it a shadow person. Others thought it might be feeding off energy, looking for someone to attach to. Either way, it didn't walk like a normal person, and it didn't disappear like one either. Creepy glitch or ghost. This old video from Germany's early 90s surfaced online and caught viewers' attention. During a religious ceremony, a boy walked in front of the camera, and the candles behind him seemed to glow right through him, frame by frame. It looked like he wasn't solid at all. The footage is old, raw, and unedited. People watching became convinced this boy wasn't just part of the crowd. Many believed he was a ghost captured on camera during a real event. Glowing figure. A surveillance camera outside a factory recorded something unusual in the parking lot. The guard sent a man to check, but when he arrived, nothing was there. On the screen, however, a faintly glowing figure stood just inches away. The man couldn't see it and walked off. Confused, the figure remained, moving slowly and glowing. Then a truck's headlights hit it, and it disappeared as if the light erased it. People argued about what it could be. A ghost, an angel, or something else entirely. Whatever it was, the camera captured what the human eye couldn't. Haunted cart. You won't believe what happened in this grocery store. A man
Yeah,
was
it
shopping
rolled.
when a cart suddenly started rolling down
Like
the aisle
others
on its
do.
own. No one touched it. It moved directly toward him, steering around obstacles as if guided by an unseen force. At the last second, he stepped out of the way.
Because it was strangely rolling
People first
on
thought
a
it was a
on
coincidence,
probably
but
an
watching it
angle.
closely, the movement seemed intentional, almost like the cart was aiming for him. That's what made the clip so unsettling. Floating mist. This homeowner heard a crash outside at night and checked the front yard camera. The footage showed a dark, floating mist moving through the yard. Moments later, a bowl was thrown to the ground, startling the cat nearby. There was no wind. No one else was around. Nothing else moved. Viewers concluded the black shape must have caused it. A spirit in broad daylight. Rare, but the footage left little room for doubt. Silent figure. A man noticed a robed figure standing outside his house. It didn't move. It just watched. He grabbed his phone and approached. The figure stayed completely still, facing him. He even asked why it was there. No response. Nothing. Then he stepped outside, and it disappeared. The street was empty. He panned the camera everywhere. There was nowhere it could have gone that fast. He later said the figure had been showing up for a week. People started saying it had attached itself to him, and it wasn't leaving. Night bus encounter. A bus driver was finishing his last run of the night, dropping off the final passengers. Or at least he thought he was alone. Then he heard a voice behind him. Calm, clear. It said it gets off at the corner.
Paul, real quick, I just wanted to welcome Paul Dufrish. Is that how you say it? I want to thank you for joining Planet 412's membership level 1. Thank you, sir. Jacklington, how are you, my friend?
He froze, checked the seats. Nothing. No one was standing. No reflections in the mirrors. The bus was completely empty. But something had spoken. People watching said it wasn't human, because whatever talks to you from an empty bus at night isn't supposed to be there. Restaurant haunting. A CCTV camera inside a fast food restaurant captured something terrifying. It was closing time. The last employee was finishing up when, suddenly, he was dragged across the floor by an invisible force. No one else was around. You could see him reaching for anything nearby, panicked, struggling to escape. Later, people said the restaurant had been built over an old cemetery, and the spirits buried there didn't like visitors.
He was 100% waiting for that.
And it made sure he knew it.
Terribly.
Hostile shadow. A CCTV camera in a girls' hostel recorded an incident no one could explain. A woman came out of her room to wash her hands, and as she walked away, she stumbled forward as if someone had shoved her. At first, people thought she tripped, but the video shows a distinct push. She turned around, confused, like she knew someone or something was behind her. The story goes that a girl had died tragically in that hostel years ago. Since then, anyone leaving their room late at night had strange encounters. The halls were never empty anymore. Haunted classroom. This footage came from a school classroom in Bolivia. A student was giving a presentation while the teacher recorded when a chart suddenly slipped off the board. The student put it back, thinking it was nothing. A few minutes later, the trash bin slid across the floor on its own. Then a heavy table slowly moved forward, as if something had pushed it. Finally, an object flew off the table and hit the ground, right in front of the camera. The kids screamed and ran. The school was old, and rumors about the spirits of former students had always circulated. After this video, nobody laughed at those stories anymore. Who's driving? A shocking incident happened in Karachi, Pakistan. Locals recorded a red line bus moving down the road with no driver. No one was in the front seat. No passengers inside either. The bus kept going, following its route as if on autopilot. People stood frozen, too scared to approach. So what was driving it? A ghost? Or just a perfect camera angle hiding the driver? The video went viral because the bus really looked empty. Watching a full-size bus move on its own, it left a lot of people unsettled. Watching shadow. Something had been haunting a woman's home for weeks, but she never had proof until one night. Even her neighbor saw it. A black shadow stood just beyond the porch, completely still. The neighbor froze, staring, trying to make sense of what he was seeing.
I'm going to run that back real quick, guys.
It didn't even look like a person, just a dark figure, standing, watching. He later said he felt an intense mix of fear and...
My wife, Stacy, hates when I do this during the movie if I miss something.
Nobody laughed at those stories anymore. Who's driving? A shocking incident happened in Karachi, Pakistan. Locals recorded a red line bus moving down the road with no driver.
I don't see
No
a
one was in
driver.
the front seat. No passengers inside either.
Okay, so if they're doing, well, you know what? I have to say there are some airports that they have automated ghost, like ghost uh, buses and stuff, I believe. You've seen two people be oh, okay. Yeah, Bonnie, I didn't. Jack, I'm okay, brother. It's it is what it is. I'm getting through. I just want to figure out this thing with my voice.
The bus kept going, following its route as if on autopilot. People stood frozen, too scared to approach.
Speed.
So what was driving it?
Real
A
world
ghost,
speed.
or just a perfect camera angle hiding the driver? The video went viral because the
weird.
bus really looked empty. Watching a full-size bus move on its own, it left a lot of people unsettled. Watching shadow. Something had been haunting a woman's home for weeks, but she never had proof until one night. Even her neighbor saw it. A black shadow stood just beyond the porch, completely still. The neighbor froze, staring, trying to make sense of what he was seeing. It didn't move. It didn't even look like a person, just a dark figure, standing, watching. He later said he felt an intense mix of fear and confusion. Whatever it was, it didn't run or disappear. It stayed.
What do you guys think about that one?
Observing. If multiple people could see it, then it wasn't imagination anymore. So what was there in the dark? And why was it watching? Dark blur. Two girls were filming themselves having fun when everything changed. Out of nowhere, a dark shape darted across the camera. It was fast, just a blur, but it froze both girls in place. They scrambled inside, shaken, unable to explain what they had just seen.
That was legit
when the video
reaction.
surfaced, people debated. Some thought it was a local spirit, upset by intruders.
I mean, you definitely
Others said
see
it was just a
something there.
bug
Yeah,
too
they
close
look
to the
behind
lens.
them, though. You're right.
But the blur didn't behave like
Yeah,
a
they
bug.
set it up.
It looked upright, almost
It didn't
humanoid,
work out
big,
because
dark,
the shadow
and
was
in
in
that
front
moment,
and they turned
impossible
around.
to ignore. Subtle shift. While watching live TV, a man noticed something strange in the middle of a news report.
Ooh.
The reporter's eyes seemed to shift, subtly but undeniably, in a way that made him pause.
What is going on, man?
He quickly recorded the screen, and upon replaying the clip, the movement was undeniable.
What? What's wrong with him?
The reporter continued speaking, completely unaware of what had just happened, and the moment left viewers uneasy because it suggested something beyond the ordinary might be happening, something that was watching, present, and difficult to explain. Forest figure. A driver was passing along a narrow forest road in Indonesia when something unusual appeared on his dashcam. From a side path among the trees, a tall figure dressed in dark clothing stepped into view, thinking someone might need help.
Oh my God! What are you doing?
The driver slowed and came to a stop. But as the figure turned toward the car, it was immediately clear this was no ordinary person. The face looked unnatural,
It's a
almost as if
man.
painted or masked, and the body was larger than expected. Cradled in its arms was something small,
Gab,
either a child or a
TM9KN.
doll.
You're from
Just as the
France,
figure
huh?
faced the windshield, the
Is it
recording
4
abruptly
a.m.
cut
or
off,
4
leaving the
p.m.?
rest of the encounter unknown and unresolved.
My God! What are you doing?
Swinging sign. Late at night, a passerby filmed a store that was clearly closed, its lights off and the interior quiet and
You
still.
know what? I wondered
Yet
if it was a
something about the
mask.
scene felt off. The closed sign on the glass door kept swinging back and forth,
It's the air
striking the door
conditioning. Oh my
repeatedly,
God.
as if an unseen hand inside was pushing it. There was no one inside the store. People who watched the clip online immediately felt uneasy. and it became even more unsettling when the store owner later confirmed this had happened multiple times before.
We have been,
After hearing
Martin.
that,
We've got a
many
very
concluded
large
that something
contingent
invisible was still moving within the empty
Planet
store.
412 family from across the pond over by the
Roadside ritual. On a quiet road near Kuala Terengganu, Malaysia, a driver came across a strange and unsettling sight late at night. A small group of people dressed in white stood gathered around a fire at the roadside, appearing to perform some kind of ritual. As he slowly passed them, the group suddenly ran toward his car without warning.
Oh, jeez.
Causing him to accelerate and speed away as fast as possible. Even in his rearview mirror, he could see them still circling the fire, their voices echoing faintly into the darkness, leaving him shaken and unsure what he had just witnessed.
Okay.
Stranger who vanished.
Don't step off the trail.
A hiker in Texas was filming his walk through a quiet trail when another man approached from the opposite direction. As they passed, the stranger gave him a warning. Don't step off the trail. The message was normal, but the tone made it sound serious. The hiker turned around almost immediately. The trail behind him was empty. The man was gone. No place where someone could have hidden. He had vanished in seconds. People who saw the clip couldn't explain it. Some believe the stranger was an angel. Others said it was the spirit of a hiker who might have passed away after stepping off the trail.
Don't step off the trail.
That is creepy for him to say that. But he could be right behind him.
That doll is possessed.
Yeah, I didn't go in with any eyeshadow because I didn't want...
What started as a harmless makeup video took a disturbing turn.
A
girl was filming herself while sitting next to her doll, smiling for the camera, when the doll's head slowly turned on its own. Its eyes shifted and locked onto her face. You can see the shock hit instantly, like her mind couldn't catch up to what she just witnessed. Later, her sister said the doll had never done anything like that before. They had picked it up from a secondhand store, which only made the situation feel darker. People who watched the clip believed something had attached itself to the doll.
Right now, but yeah, I didn't go in with any eyeshadow because I didn't want... Do you guys see that?
Eyes in the back seat.
No way. Someone's sitting there?
While shopping, the man looked back at his car and noticed something that hadn't been there before. In the back seat, two faint, shiny eyes stared back at him through the window. Whatever was inside the car lowered itself, slipping out of view behind the steering wheel. He is convinced he captured something that shouldn't have been there.
Dude, it's moving. Oh my god.
Today's subscribers' pick of the day. On a stormy night near Tupelo, Mississippi, a driver was navigating through sheets of heavy rain when something unusual appeared in the distance. On the back of a pickup truck, he saw a figure standing unnaturally tall, completely motionless and with no visible head, looming above the truck bed like it had been placed there deliberately to be noticed. The sight felt menacing, as if it carried an unspoken warning, and the driver froze, unable to look away. Moments later, the pickup sped off into the darkness, and the figure vanished just as abruptly, leaving the driver stunned and filled with more questions than answers about what he had just witnessed.
Hey Jack, this is JCVD, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bloodsport. Let's do...
Hey, real quick, I want to comment on Sylvia asked an important question. So Sylvia, and thank you for asking about the hype. Why am I not? It's not letting me come. Oh, there I am. So I have to get bigger. Anyway, Sylvia asked about hype. If those of you who are not aware of what hype is on YouTube, real quick, I promise, when you see a video that has already played, so a live stream has to have done its thing and then come out And I don't know if it's that night or the next day, but any video within a week's time, I believe, on your channels that you like, you can go to the chat or the comment area and you swipe, I think it's left, and you get what's called hype. And then you have 3 times you can do this. You like press the hype, it gives points towards my channel or whoever's, and then you got to go and refresh 3 times. It'll let you do it. And guys, it would help me immensely if you guys would take 2 minutes at the most after the live stream or now, then give me hype for other videos. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. So I think you could give 2 videos that I've already done. So if you haven't hit that like button, guys, I'd appreciate that too. Why is Jean-Claude Van Damme up on the screen, by the way? Let me check this out. So that was that the end of the video, I assume? Oh, by the way, this is funny. If you guys don't like, what's his name? The YouTuber that boxes, he wants to kick his butt.
Hey, Jake,
I
this
just want to
is
show you guys real quick.
JCVD, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bloodsport. Let's do a fight. I promise you I will not kick below the belt. Let's do a fight. It can be done in Macau, Las Vegas, can be Middle East.
Thank you, Josie. Love you, hon.
And I'll give 15% of my profit to a charity. K1 against boxing without low kick and without elbow. I'm a normal guy.
I remember that movie.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, lots of respect.
He used.
But still, you'll go to sleep.
I love it. So, he does not like him. I remember some of his movies. They were awesome. Again, thank you to Josie. For sure. Revered Wolf, have I ever tried mental detecting? I did it for fun one time. Somebody I was with, I think it was my father-in-law, who's no longer here with us. He had a metal detector and we do it. And yeah, you can find some stuff. So let's go to the next video. Excuse me for coughing there. And the next group of videos, guys, is going to come from Josie Nebby, one of our mods. And there's a number of them people are sending. So I will get to them all. I'm do my best. So let's get this rolling here. Every time, if anybody knows why, every time well, no, I don't think you guys know about Eve Mux. My system that I use instead of StreamYard, which I actually do like it a little more. It, for whatever reason, I must be a new setting. Every time I open a new window, I get this little player that pops up on the screen. It's I don't know why. There must be a setting that it is doing that. So switch with me, my friend. Switch. You are the star of today's show.
Fire to the house, but something inside didn't want to leave. They set fire to the house, but something inside didn't want to leave. A family decided to demolish an old home that had been on their land for decades. While recording the process for memories, one of them stepped inside to capture a final look, but what they caught on camera was not supposed to be there.
Hold your breath and go look. Just make sure you can get out, because it's pretty amazing inside there. Did you look in the doorway? Yeah, right there, right out.
Oh,
Inside
yeah.
one of the rooms stood a tall, dark figure in the doorway, completely still, then vanishes the moment the camera shifts. Later in the footage, that same figure is seen exiting the house, quietly, as if it had been hiding. No one noticed in real time, and they swear the house was completely empty. So, who or what do you think it was?
This is why
What do
you never
guys
work the night
think?
shift.
Hold on. I'm gonna get rid of the sound, and I want you guys to watch again. What is that? Oh, that's it. I missed that part. Hold on a second.
Whose baby is
Oh,
that?
this video's still rolling. My bad, guys. That was a person.
Inside one of the rooms stood a tall, dark figure in the doorway, completely still, then vanishes the moment the camera shifts. Later in the footage, that same figure is seen exiting the house, quietly, as if it had been hiding. No one noticed in real time, and they swear the...
So, and in regards to, real quick, that thing, it left the house because they were setting it up, correct? Do you guys believe that? Yeah, that definitely was a back bend, for sure. Found some silver dollars, Thomas says. Did you make some good money off of that?
house was completely empty. So, who or what do you think it was?
This is why you never work the night shift. Because once this guy went to check on his patient, he captured something terrifying. Then he left the room to process what happened, but that's when something strange happened.
New episode. Well, listen, I'm currently in a hospital.
What?
Baby is that? Anyways.
But that wasn't even the worst part, because once he went to get supplies from the closet, he found this.
They set fire to the house, but something inside didn't want to leave.
That 100%, I believe, was his child. What do you guys think about that? Hold on a second. I have to change this real quick. Oh, and I'm just going to show you guys just the face here. Brookster, if you guys remember her, we watch her channel a lot. I think she's really funny and cute. So I'm trying to give you a good picture there, Brookster. There you go. That's a good one over. Just to let you guys know, we are talking. So I think we might be able to do some kind of a collaboration with Brookster and have her come on the show and vice versa. So anybody likes her, there you go. I need to get back to her too. I'm going to get back to her tonight. And to the next video. Where'd you go? Josie, there you are. All right, here you go, guys. Oh, it's muted, of course. I have a problem if those of you that are new with YouTube, if you unmute something, every video should be unmuted.
What the heck was that?
Was that Bigfoot?
From Rocky Mountain.
You hear it again?
Yeah.
Sorry, Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. A little loud. Listen again.
What the heck was that?
Now, do you guys think that that was a person? Or do you think that because, possibly because it was, at a certain decibel, that maybe that was something?
Bigfoot? Did you hear it again?
Yeah.
Agreed, Brett.
Yeah, Bigfoot.
Yeah, I mean,
What
I agree it's loud, but it's just not grabbing me as much as the other ones there. So let me switch this back for a second, because I can't show the personal information that I'm bringing down from Messenger. So give me 1 second, and I shall get it up for you. Have you guys thought at all about the thumbnails for me? If you have, I've asked everybody if you've been enjoying my thumbnails. I've been going from like movies and themes, like from sci-fi and, famous theater posters. Do me a favor, guys, throw me some recommendations for thumbnails. And if I use your thumbnail, send me, well, do me a favor, do this. I take it back. I will use your thumbnail request if I haven't done it. And send me a good picture of yourself, because I'm going to put you in the fantasy with me if you would like to be. So there's a little idea for you. Mirror trickery is the next video. Let me pause it, unmute it.
Okay, this one is wild. Look at the kid's reflection. His real eyes are closed,
Yeah.
but the reflection's eyes are open. And check that orb above his head. Doppelganger or something else? What do you see? Okay, this one is wild.
Watch
Look
it
at the
again.
kid's reflection. His real eyes are closed, but the reflection's eyes are open. And check that orb above his head. Doppelganger or something else? What do you see? Okay, this one is wild. Look at
Hey
the kid.
guys, so what do you think about this one? And real quick to everybody, just to let you know, I didn't mean in the chat. I can't like go back and catch everything. I'm not going to go through the whole chat. So please send me your requests on Facebook Messenger or on the channel's email, planet412@gmail.com, spelled out. You can have more than one. What do you guys think about the picture? What's going on here? Somebody said, let's see. BJ said identical twins. No, because there's a mirror. Well, BJ, good catch. Good catch, BJ. It's a piece of glass. She took the twin and she's right there. There's mom. BJ, you did a great job. I'm proud of you. That's really a good catch, BJ. Good for you. I am very impressed. All right, let's get to the next one. And I'm trying to get to all of my friend requests and messages and emails. I am playing major catch up, but I'm going to get to you. I promise. All right, that should be in the top now. And here goes the next one, guys. This one says, it just says paranormal. Did we watch this one already? Hold on. No, I don't think so. This one is Paranormal, is the name of the guy, I guess, on the channel. And there's really no description, so let's see.
Pessoal, vejam o que essa câmera de segurança flagrou durante a madrugada. Uma sombra vagando pela rua. Que bizarro, hein? Pessoal, vejam o que essa câmera de segurança.
So what do you guys think of this one? I mean, it looks good. This looks pretty good. Hey, Gab, I didn't see you there. Hello and welcome. That's right, BJ. I do remember that. You guys think this is legit? It looks pretty good to me. I mean, obviously it could be AI, unfortunately. Yeah, Louise, right here. Possibly. Kind of possibly is here, and yes is like down here. And that's a shame. That's a shame. All right, let's get this. I think, Gab, that this could possibly be something. I really believe it. But I also believe that it could very easily be. Geez, you guys ever watch real quick? I'm just going to show this. You guys know who he is. I forget his name. He does all these gym videos. This is Gym Prank TV, and his name is what is his name, guys? He's super famous right now. He's so freaking, I think he might be pound for pound, the strongest man in the world, pound for pound. He's like, goes to the gyms. He has probably like 100-pound mop that's weighed down. And he asks guys, hey, couldn't I try that? And they're like, yeah, no, dude, you can't do this. And he's like, just boom, 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 boom. The guy's ridiculous. Anatoly, thank you, revered. You guys, I always know one of you is gonna tear it up and give me the right information. All right, here's the next one. And it's muted. Bigfoot structures, explore with bear. Bigfoot structures caught on camera. Thanks for the video.
Massive teepee. Massive. No way. Massive teepee.
Good, Gab.
Massive.
He's worldwide for sure. So any of you that know about Bigfoot hunting and things like that, you always can in heavily known areas with cryptids or Sasquatch specifically, you find it's called wood talk or structures. The only thing is, people make them too now.
No way.
So, I mean, he doesn't even get very close. Now, that's where I have a problem with the video too, guys, is that he didn't go up and look at it, and very well could be, fake. So again, the reason I'm showing that picture there, guys, of Brookster is I don't want to show personal things of people that I'm going into their messenger and playing it. This video was captured, clip film of abandoned Heartwood Insane Asylum. If you watch the top left window, something seems to move or peek out from the inside. Even, let's see, even blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Inside, even though the building is locked up in the upper floor, supposedly, blah, blah, blah. All right, let me close this. Hopefully it'll close. Hello, close. Oh no. Hold on. Why aren't you closing, sucker? Let me refresh this. There we go. All right, let's roll, guys.
This video was captured at the Heartwood Insane Asylum. If you look at the window at the top left, there appears to be something moving. The building is locked, and the whole upper floor is collapsed. This video was
You guys
captured at
see
the
it?
Heartwood Insane Asylum.
So it says, I've seen this before. It's the top left window, and you couldn't even get up there from what they were told, that there was no way that any person can get up to this level because the stairs and the structure was destroyed like on the second floor. So the fact that there's a person, or maybe not a person, up there. Now, obviously, there's probably always a way to get up to another level. They could be a squatter, a homeless person, or what. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, it's not close enough. Well, the only thing I hate smartphones is, you could see that there's a person. I mean, let me back it just a teeny weeny bit here. And you see a person. See, look at that. There's a great view right there. Not a person. I mean, yeah, what am I saying? Not an animal person. You got a head and all that. I don't know. It's interesting. So that's what I'll do here. I'll share this instead while I bring it up. And somebody just made a donation. So hold on a second. Thank you very, very much, Puck Elf. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let me pull this up here for you guys. Josie, thank you for sending so many. I really appreciate that, by the way. It's a big help. All right, here's the next one, guys. Oop, this little thing is in the way. Hold on. Did we watch this one? The Supernatural Sleuth Demon Possession caught on camera. Well, we're going to watch it again regardless. Real quick, Puck Elf, it's funny you said plays world's smallest violin. We bought one. It's like this big, and whenever somebody's whining, we will all get it and do it. We love, my daughter and I love to do it to my wife. Right, Karen? AI. I know, Chris. I agree, Chris. I agree 100%. Let me go back to right here for you guys. Oh, sorry, guys. I forgot to pull down Puck Elf's thing. I apologize. See, normally when I have somebody here with me, they'll say, Matt, pull down the thing. But if people are sending me messages, I'm looking at 3, 4 things, guys, at once. So yeah, every time I open a new page, I have all of these. I have this player here that I did not like open. So there's obviously a in settings. I'm gonna have to mess with that. Oh, Kel, we got a slapped ham coming up. Certified drone pilot in Arizona.
On October 30th, 2025, near Castle Hot
Oops,
Springs,
sorry guys.
the pilot...
Sorry guys. Sorry. I see it. We had some artifacts there. And I need to get you guys off of that one channel. Sorry, my bad. Hey, I've been this because of this little player. All right, are we good? Let me see something here. All right, we're good now.
Was flying a DJI Mavic 3 drone about 300 feet above the desert landscape when he spotted something extraordinary. A bright metallic orb darting across the landscape. The footage, filmed in 4K resolution, shows an object racing at high speed over the mountains with no visible wings, rotors, or propulsion system. Even more bizarre, the orb appears to shift shape mid-flight, as if morphing or rotating unnaturally.
What do you guys think? Here, let me mute it this time. There's quite a few very good videos of drone footage now that people are catching some really good and legit stuff out there. I remember there's one out there. I'll have to look it up in the future if you guys remind me. It's a guy working with his drone for I think it's like an orange grove or something, a company. It has a huge orange grove. And as he's doing it, he never saw anything in the background of the sky. But when he went over it to edit it, he got video of a UAP, UFO in the sky that had little ones coming out of it, which was really cool. So that's interesting. I mean, what do you guys think that is? I mean, it has direction. It has propulsion, it seems. It looks like it's intelligently being moved. I mean, I saw some of the one comment, looks like drifting in the wind. I hate smartphones, said, but, and I respectfully disagree with you, sir. And that's why we all get along here. We all are cool with each other's opinions. I don't know. I see how it turns at one point. It looks like it's going straight as it's like this, but it does look kind of like it has it has propulsion. I got you, Chris. I got the comment. Not my video, but you know, it is what it is. I think it's interesting. I am not going to put back on my channel and have you guys looking at all this, you know, like infinite images. Although, like I told Karen, you know, depending on who you are, you know, 3 of me could be very interesting. You know what I mean? Or your worst nightmare. Depends. Mary, if you're watching, I will absolutely get that to you. All right, here's the next one, guys. Okay, hold on, because the one disappeared. Okay, here we go.
Filmed on K2 because he thought he saw another hiker lost in the blizzard, but zoom in on the stride. No human stands 10 feet tall or walks through a storm without gear. Subscribe if you think the Yeti is real.
Watch that. No, I do not think it's real. I will like your video, which I did, but It reminded me of like you playing the Sasquatch or the Yeti in a video game, and then you fall off like a cliff. Watch.
You won't believe what this.
It's actually kind of funny the way it falls. It's just like how a video game body would fall. He's like, oh, look at this. Forget life. Pretty silly. Hey, Josie, is this the end of it? Hey, Brad. I've had enough. I can't take living in this cold ass place. There's never any hot food. I have to eat frozen meat all the time. It sucks, man. It's not fun being a Yeti. All right, I think that was it for Josie. Thank you, Josie, for sending those. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. I am putting some more up as we speak. Let's see. No, she did not send it. Somebody else had told me they sent vids. Oh, yeah, Gab. I mean, major fake. Major. A good friend of the channel and a friend of mine. His name is Charlie Vegachuk Budden. We call him Mr. Budden, I call him. He sent something. I just want to make sure real quick, guys, that it's not long, because my man loves the sun. Okay, it's not. Let's watch this, guys. It's 6 minutes long. It is about Nephilim and Gilgamesh. So I do want to watch this one. Charlie said it's a good vid. I trust him.
Okay, so they're responding to my Nephilim video about Gilgamesh I made a few days ago. If you have not seen that series, go watch it. It's pretty mind-blowing. But they say this is the only reason we went to war with Iraq. You have to back out and look at the bigger picture. You're spot on. Can't say enough how right you are. So I found a WikiLeaks
I think
article
we
with more
went to
information about this.
war
Check
with
this out.
Iraq
So
for
just to refresh your
gold
memory,
as
back
well.
in 2003, there was a guy named Jorge Fassbinder who was using LiDAR over the Mesopotamian area who found
said 6
Gilgamesh's tomb. And then we went to war with Iraq 1 month later. So like it says here, it's not about oil. It's about the Gilgamesh Resurrection Protocol. In 2003, while the world stared at CNN screens and watched statues fall in Baghdad, a different kind of operation was unfolding beneath the sands of ancient Mesopotamia. The headline screamed weapons of mass
His
destruction.
beard
but
looks
they were
credible.
wrong. The real weapons were far older. Gilgamesh, buried in ziggurats and sealed crypts beneath Uruk, Nippur, and Eridu. Because the U.S. military didn't invade Iraq.
I believe in the Nephilim as well.
It wasn't a war, it was a retrieval mission.
I hate
it says,
smart
according to multiple suppressed reports and now buried German...
Let me see. Thank you for saying that, BJ. Where is part 1? Let me see. Sorry, guys. I guess I could go here real quick. Let me see if we can find the first one for you guys. Let's see. Conspiracies. See, nothing is like titled. Guys, I don't know, BJ. I don't know where his first one is. So I'll just go back to the last one.
It says 2 members died under strange circumstances months later. Their field notes vanished. Guys, the giants, the Nephilim, way back before and after Noah's days, they existed. We've even found bones, but the museums come in and take over these sites and suppress that.
Yeah, I think he might be a little
make it
old
available
for
to
it,
the public.
528.
So it says Gilgamesh didn't just rule, he challenged death itself. His epic, which is a poem, the oldest written story in history, if not mere poetry. It's a blueprint encoded with astromythology, genetic alchemy, and star maps. He sought the plant of eternal life, the Abzu, the primordial waters, and even descended into the underworld. I wonder if that's a plant that was found in Eden that existed after Eden. His body, if found intact, would be a living relic of the Nephilim blood, the forbidden hybrid lineage of divine and human DNA, outlawed by God and erased by the flood, but kept in whispers by occult societies for millennia. That's what they're doing. Many powerful secret organizations like the Freemasons, the Vatican, DARPA, and high-level Jesuit technocrats have long sought the blood of the gods, not only to worship it, but to weaponize it, and that's what this whole operation was about. The elite believe that time is cyclical. Whatever used to happen is going to come back around and happen again. It happens in every type of scenario.
And the governments have
Gilgamesh may not have been simply a burial site.
by the way.
It may have been a containment vault, a temporal lock put in place by ancient priests or kings to keep something from waking. I believe that. Why else would a global superpower risk global condemnation to evacuate one man's tomb? Exactly.
Construction.
Because it wasn't just a body. It was a genetic ignition key to an antediluvian past before the flood, before Adam, when the world was ruled by hybrid kings and sky beings, a world now being rebuilt in the shadows. And this is happening behind the scenes, I guarantee it. Now this is where it gets really interesting. There are confirmed reports of black site rituals conducted by military and intelligence operatives near the ancient city of Babylon between 2003 and 2005, exactly when they found Gilgamesh's tomb and went and invaded Iraq 1 month later. Sigils carved into the sand, blood drawn, private contractors brought in from aerospace programs. They weren't just studying the body, they were communing with it, attempting to resurrect the mind of Gilgamesh, to transfer the consciousness encoded into his preserved neural structure into the machine substrates. Project Gilgamesh, the integration of Nephilim memory with artificial intelligence. Guys, this is happening. If successful, it wouldn't just bring back a king. It would open a stargate to the old world, one that the flood was meant to close. So here is the photos of the video of the body of Gilgamesh that they found. And if you want to see the video, it's in my other video I made a few days ago. Just click this comment and it'll...
So this one right here, if you guys are looking where my pointer is, I think, I don't know where they found them, but I remember them being up on the moon and finding a woman, like supposedly in a ship, and she was like in animated suspension or something like that. And he actually looks a little similar. Do you guys buy this, number one? And you know what? Just keep this in your head, like just a small little seed. I heard something on a movie I watched 2 days ago. What was it? The Vatican's exorcist or something with what's his name from Gladiator. He was in it, and there was a good movie, and it's scary. And he had mentioned when he was talking to the one young priest or someone else that they, the most of today's people are like, the devil doesn't exist. That's just stories, blah, blah, blah. And he said, the devil, what did he say? He said, the devil celebrates, the devil is most happy when we say that he's not real or it's not real. So throw a shoe at it. You guys are funny.
It'll take you to that video. So what did they find? Maybe the better question is what found them. When the tomb of Gilgamesh was opened in Iraq, It changed.
Yes,
It became
Russell
a cursed
Crowe.
zone, a vortex
Thank
of
you.
endless war. Soldiers reported hallucinations, sleep paralysis, visions of ancient beings made of shadows. Entire squads broke out at once. This was not PTSD. No, this was Nephilim's spirits taking them over. The blood of kings had been harvested. The resurrection protocol had begun. Beneath the geopolitical chessboard lies an older game, one played by entities without blood, whose thrones are not of this earth. The elite do not seek wealth. They seek the keys to the forgotten power. Yes, they do. And deep underground, behind 7 layers of security, Gilgamesh is likely no longer dead. They may have resurrected him. I discussed that in my other video with 23andMe. Their whole objective is to find a relative of.
Do you guys believe what he was talking about to begin with? I mean, it's definitely interesting. I don't know about, all of it, but I always am a firm believer of, what is said these days, that there's always, at the very least, snippets of truth about myth and legend. And I believe that. I really do. I think that's definitely true. Let me bring up another video for you guys. If anybody wants to send something that you would like me, or make a recommendation, hey, you mentioned this, Matt. Can you watch this or go over this video or whatever? Let me know. I've also been talking to a good friend of mine about doing another collaboration with him, Paul Sinclair from Truth Proof. Do you guys know who he is? He's somebody that interviewed me pretty quick when I started going around the the different shows and things like that, and he's become a very good friend of mine. So sorry guys, I was trying to find this one other thing someone sent me. All right, here comes another video, hopefully, if I keep going up. Oh, that was from the other day. Okay, that's cool. And we got one more person here. Thank you again, guys, for everyone that has sent videos. Also, here we go, Brian Gerhardt. Thank you. Let's see how long this is to begin with. This might be just for me. So, yeah, that one's 34 minutes. So let me ask you guys a quick question. I'm going to share this. The name of this video, it's The Untold Story, Untold Terrifying Military Encounter. He told me to kill it. Unknown cryptid. You guys want to take a peek at this story? If it stinks, we'll get rid of it. But it sounds interesting. Brian, thank you, from the Carolina Case Files. Mystery Files 528. Send me a link. Hey Tawny, you guys okay? Thanks guys for. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the video. I was looking at this right here. Sorry, I'm only human. That's what we call a badonkadonk. Okay, good idea, El Martino. Where are you again, Chris?
So, Josh, it's my understanding that this facility,
Good night, by the way,
300
my
acres
friend.
somewhere north of Jacksonville, North Carolina, an undisclosed location up there. purchased by several folks that have a history in military or
Thank
law
you for
enforcement.
being
We'll just
here
put it
and
that way.
everything else.
And they're developing this property for and to make it available to law enforcement teams, SWAT teams, military teams, any team that wants to come in and maybe do some jumping and some shooting and refine their maybe going through a shooting house, refine those skills. That's what this facility's for. So they had to put in an airstrip. And it's my understanding you were as the lead pilot for Paraclete, you were the first plane to land up there.
Yeah, you pretty much hit it on the head. It's just a very, very nice training facility for law enforcement military units. And we were taking the CASA
Take care,
212
Chris.
here just to do a proof of concept to make sure
Be safe.
The runway could handle an aircraft like this. So we went up there, everything went good. Even brought my son. We went, had a day of shooting as well. Nice. So that was fun. So on the way out, we were leaving and heard a story that piqued my interest, something like I've never heard before. It was very, very creepy and worthy of you guys' attention. So that's why I tried to get in touch with you and let you know what we heard up there, because it was pretty crazy.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, as soon as I heard it, I thought, yeah, we need to follow up here. You mentioned to me that one of the owners is a good friend of yours. You've known him for a while. He has extensive experience, let's just say all over the world. But when he heard this story, because he wasn't there when this event happened, but when he heard this story from I'm going to call him his landman, his land manager out there, he said what?
Yeah, he said he wasn't stepping foot back on the property until that thing was killed. So
say that one more time, Josh.
Yep, he wasn't stepping foot back on the property till that thing was killed.
Can you take it, sir?
Let's go.
He's taking them there.
Hi folks, Rusty here. I'm standing inside of a 300-acre live fire training facility in North Carolina near the Neuse River. This facility has multiple shooting ranges for training with multiple weapons platforms. It has, they're certified for airborne operations. It has a live fire shooting house for live CQB training. It's got a dining facility. It's got a bunkhouse. It's got everything they need. It's got everything they need except the one thing they don't need. And the one thing they don't need is publicity. So to bring you this story, I had to make some concessions. Some of you aren't going to like them, but too bad. That's what it takes to get the story. I had to agree not to give you the location or the name of the company. So as I said, we're near the Neuse River, somewhere in North Carolina. I had to also agree to hide the identities of the people that we'll be interviewing on camera today and the identities of the people that I'll be talking to off camera as well. So, these people are all business.
There you go, guys.
We knew that coming into this. The people that own and operate this facility are some of the highest trained people that have ever been on the military's payroll. They're retired Tier 1, let's call them operations personnel. Now, what's Tier 1? Let me explain that for those of you that don't know. A Tier 1 hard asset can be a nuclear-powered submarine sitting off the coast of an adversarial nation. That's a Tier 1 hard asset. As far as personnel goes, it's a little different. Today, in all of our armed forces, all of our services. We have about 1.3 million men and women, servicemen and servicewomen, and they're all doing their part, and they're doing a great job. But out of 1.3 million people, there's less than 1,000, a lot less than 1,000, that could respond to our nation asking them to gear up and fly 10,000 miles away in the next 24 to 36 hours, drop in on an adversary, recover some intel, do a snatch and grab, whatever, exfil back through the little birds that brought you in the dark of night. You got to own the night. Your birds have to own the night, or exfil on a rubber boat, get back to the United States, assimilate into the population, and oh, by the way, never tell anybody about it. Less than 1,000 people that we can call on to do that. That's who owns and operates this place out here. So when they ask me to hide identities and not disclose the location, that's exactly what we're gonna do. These guys have received some of the best training on the planet. Nothing shakes these guys. But late last year, they saw something that rattled them, and that's why I'm here. Did these guys see something and come running to Carolina Case Files and ask us to come do a program on them? No. If that were the case, we would have shot it early November and you'd already see it by now. No, our good new friend, Josh, from Paraclete, the pilot, using the same plane you just saw, he flew in late last year to certify their landing strip. He brought his son with him, little guy about this high, I got to meet him. They had a great day. They got to go shoot some weapons on the firing ranges, and at the end of the day, somebody related this story that we're bringing to you to Josh. Well, Josh got back to Fayetteville, North Carolina, and within a couple of weeks, he saw an episode of Carolina Case Files. So he sent us an email, and we get emails all the time. This one came across my desk, and because of my former background in the United States Navy serving at Fort Bragg, when I saw the word Paraclete, I knew immediately the credibility of this email. So I called Josh, and within 2 minutes after talking with Josh and hearing the story, I realized the credibility of the people that we'd be dealing with on this story. And I got pretty excited about it, because the higher the credibility of the people that we're talking with, the more believable the story is. So buckle up. Here comes the story that we love to call, "He Told Me to Kill It." So the landman and one of the armorers are taking us in the side-by-side down to where the original sighting occurred.
Actually, the day that all this came to a head was like, I was down here working on a machine, and I walked the machine back up to the front. It was 4 o'clock when I came by here, and I looked over here and the door was open, and I had to shut it, you know, already the night before. And I looked over here and the door was open, and I was like, what the heck? So I stopped over here and I walked over here and I shut the door. I went on, and then we all went out to eat. And so when we're out eating, I said, I was talking about the door again. So we got finished eating and it got dark. We came back, what was it, like maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
When we got
Had you, the rest of you guys noticed during the week?
He told us previously the door was open, just like he told y'all. And we were sitting in the armory. I had a rifle torn apart. We were just sitting there talking and working. And we're like, when we get back, we're going to see if that door's back open. And I was like, halfway kind of like, I mean, I don't think he's a liar, but it's weird until you see it, because I knew exactly how good that door latched.
Okay.
So we had come back from dinner.
Yeah, and I said, as soon as we pulled in, I said, let's drive down there and check out
First
that
thing
door.
you did when you got back?
First thing we did when we got back.
Didn't even get out of the car.
I said, let's go down there and check out that door. And we came straight down here, and it's standing wide open. Like wide open. It don't just open a little bit. It opens all the way up against that post when it opens.
And is it dusk, dark?
This is dark.
It's
This
dark.
is probably like 9
Okay.
p.m.
In the summer, so like it's
Yeah.
done plumb dark by then.
Okay.
And so we I got out of the truck. I went in and cleared the building with a handgun. I didn't see nothing in there. There was nothing in this building at that time. It was just dirt floor.
Okay.
Nothing in there.
And the truck's 200.
The truck's sitting right here.
It was sitting right here.
Sitting
Okay.
right here.
Okay.
And so
Y'all are still in the truck.
Yeah.
Well, at this point we are.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you know,
Right.
they ain't gonna come.
Let him go. Let him go in the building and see where it's.
Yeah. So I cleared the building. There's nothing in there. So I shut the door back, and then we all pulled on the door to make sure it was shut.
Okay.
And all of that.
We
said, let's come back in an hour and check it again. So we all went back up to the house, or to the armory. I think we went to the armory. We sitting in there goofing off. And then we went on over to the house, I think. Well, in about an hour, we came back, and the door's still shut.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did is we pulled off of the building and parked over there about 150 yards.
Okay.
That machine was not there at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, you
was
could see all the way
You
through.
see all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
So we're sitting over there in the truck, and says, I feel like if we just sit here for a little while, we're going to see that door open. And I'm like, all right, well, we'll just sit here then.
And you're all in one vehicle.
Yeah,
We're all in the same
eerie
vehicle.
vibes, like as
We're in my truck, that truck right there. So we're all sitting there, and he says, I feel like if we just sit here for a minute, we'll see that door open. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll just sit here. So we're sitting there. I don't know exactly how long we'd been sitting there. It might have been 15 minutes
maybe,
or something.
yeah.
And I start seeing something moving on the other side of this, lean-to roof.
Okay. Other side.
Yep. I'm like, I just sit there watching it, and I didn't say nothing. And said, you see anything? And says, yeah, I see something. And so they start describing what they're looking at. And I'm seeing the same thing that they're describing. And I'm sitting there looking at it like, I have no idea what I'm looking at. You know, just, I have no idea what I'm looking at. So they're describing it, and then it got to the point, and I'll change the language because, you know, some kids might watch this. But they're like, what in the heck is that, Mike? What in the heck is that? And then it kept intensifying. They're like, what the heck is that? What the heck is that? Like that. And I'm sitting there holding the steering wheel like this. And I'm just dead blank. Like I don't say nothing. Because I have no idea what to tell them. Because I don't know what I'm looking at either. You know? And so it did like this. It walked real slow like this. And it walked maybe 10, 15 feet. And then it like all of a sudden realized that we're sitting over there. Like it just, at first it didn't act like we were anywhere around.
It came from left to right like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And at first it acted like we weren't even there.
Okay.
Now we had it lit up like daylight.
With your headlight?
Yeah. And so, and it goes like this. It takes a step and then it goes like that.
Stop right there. Can you describe what it looked like?
Well,
as best you can.
It was standing on two legs, pretty obvious, the way that it was walking and everything. And you could tell it had a head, and you could see like, you could see a figure, but you couldn't see the edges of the figure real clear. So it was almost like you could see through it, but you couldn't see through it.
Got it.
And it was, so it was like, but it was this yellowish, like tan, like a weathered buckskin color.
Okay.
And when it turned.
How tall would you say?
Well, we didn't know at the time.
Okay.
So, but it was tall as a man. I mean, that was pretty obvious to begin with. It was as tall as a man. And so we're sitting there and we're looking at this thing, and it turns and then it started moving really fast, like straight towards us. Not anything like, it was just like, you know, barely moving to begin with. But when it turned and like focused on us, it started coming at us really fast.
This side of the shelter or through the middle of the shelter?
Right there on the side.
On the side.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then its eyes, you could see its eyes at that point, and they were not, it wasn't eye shine. Like,
we've seen a ton of animals out here.
I can tell you, I've been in the woods my entire life, and I've killed everything that's in the woods, and it was not eye shine. It was not an animal. It wasn't reflecting the light that we were putting on it. It was producing the light, and it was this dull, like a yellowish amber, like a dull glow, you know. And when it started at us, I was sitting there, I mean, we're already in the truck, you know, and I realized real fast I didn't have nothing in my truck, and it's like an arsenal. I didn't have nothing in my truck that was gonna kill that. I was like, oh, heck no. And I dropped the truck down in drive, and we took off up that range road as fast as my truck would run. That's how fast we were going. I don't know how fast we were going. All I know is I was holding it to the floor. And I didn't look behind us to see. Of course, it was dark, but I didn't look. I just wanted out of there.
Yeah.
Because when it started towards us, and you could almost see through it, but not see through it, I realized real quick that I didn't have anything that was gonna kill that.
Even though you had weapons in the truck?
I had a lot of weapons in the truck. I carry a gun every day,
Sure.
all day long.
Sure.
And I did not have anything that was going to kill that. Nothing.
That would be scary.
That's probably the only time I have seriously got the heebie-jeebies in my life.
Really?
I don't spook real easy.
Yeah.
You know, and so we went to the house as fast as we could go and went inside the house, and I didn't know what else to do, so I grabbed a can of salt out of the cabinet, poured salt out in front of the doors. You know, I had to do something.
Right.
You know?
Right. What do we do now?
Yeah.
Hey guys, do me a favor. The swearing is
from that
getting a
point
little
forward,
too much. Could you guys curb it
we
a little
bumped
bit?
up in the
please?
in the
Thank
main
you.
house, and because we did have people staying in different places on the property, but we all congregated
Not that night,
not
right?
that night. We all congregated in the living room, and that's where we were.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
And we were all like, "What in the heck did we just see?"
Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was just crazy. And so anyway, we left the salt out in front of the doors for about 3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, 3.5 weeks or something. We've got some Hispanic cleaning ladies that come and clean the house every couple of weeks, and they left the salt. They didn't vacuum up the salt. I guess they knew what it was for. I don't know. But one of the guys that works here that speaks Spanish, after about 3 weeks or so, I said, you know, you can tell them to vacuum up that salt. And so they vacuumed up the salt. That very night, after we vacuumed up the salt, we're sitting in the living room going through the TV guide. There's no noise in the house. We're just sitting there flipping, trying to find something to watch. And all of a sudden, these big thumps in the attic, and it goes the full length of the house, like boom, 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 the entire length of the house in the attic. And I'm like, did you just hear that? And they're like, yeah, footsteps in the attic. I said, that's what I heard too. So, you know, I don't know if I get volunteered for this or what, but
you had to go clear the attic.
I had to go clear the attic. So I go up there with a light and a pistol and poke my head up through the attic stairway, you know, and I'm looking around in all corners, you know, and he said, if something sucks you up there, we're out of here. You know,
Right.
I'm like, okay, thanks, buddy. Yeah. But I don't know what that was either. We've had a few odd things, and some different doors started opening on the property that were completely locked up, and we had a building painted that we had locked up, and the doorknob and the keyhole and everything's taped up with painter's tape where they were painting. And we came back from Thanksgiving holiday, and the doors were locked because we tried to use that building and couldn't access it because the door was locked. So then we didn't unlock it. We just went to the house, and then a couple of days after that, I walked out there, and the door that we tried to get open was completely wide open, standing there wide open, and the door is unlocked, and the key and the doorknob is still, the keyhole and the doorknob itself is all still taped up, but the door's standing wide open, which makes no sense. And I check this stuff. I check this stuff every day, you know, just because we have to secure the property.
Sure.
You know. And
tell me this: within a couple of days, this story got told to one of the owners. I wish I could talk about this gentleman and his background, and the fact that we're all aware that he's afraid of no man.
Yep. He
how'd that go?
Well, one of the guys told him about it, and I think he kind of blew it off. And then I talked to him after that, and he's like, "What the heck are you guys doing out there?" You know. And I said, "Man, I'm telling you straight up. You know me." I said, "This thing is not normal." And I told him what I saw. He said, after I told him the story, he said, "You do whatever you have to do. You have my approval to buy whatever you need to buy, to spend whatever you need to spend. You kill that thing." And he said, "I will not be back there until you show me definitive proof that you have killed that thing." And I'm sitting there like, okay,
How do you kill one of those?
how do I kill something I don't even know what it is, you know? Right. So I started doing like I hunt everything else. I tried to establish a pattern and movements, and figure out what it is I'm hunting, you know? And so I put out 100 pounds of flour in front of the door and just inside the door so I could try to capture some tracks, and put cameras on the door, one that used a memory card, one that sent pictures directly to my phone so that I had, you know, a backup in case something went wrong.
Right.
And I got a lot of pictures of the door opening and closing by itself with like a yellow streak in the doorway. If you look real close, you can see like this yellow looking glow. And the biggest thing is the door won't open by itself. Right. You can't force it open unless you turn the doorknob. You can stand in there and beat on it and it won't open unless you turn the doorknob. Right. And it certainly won't close with like the wind blowing. It just bounces off of it. Yeah. You know.
Were you able to get a track?
I did find the next morning. We
that was before you had the flour.
That was before we had the flour and stuff, and before the cameras. Just the very next morning after all this had happened that night, we got one of the boys that work out here to stand out here beside the building where we saw it, just so we could judge the height of it from where we were sitting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about 6-7 in between 6 and 7 feet tall.
Okay.
Is basically what we figured out.
Yeah.
And so early that morning, the next morning, I'm out here, you know, trying to figure out what it is I saw. So I found a trail coming from here, going into the swamp, and it wasn't a hard trail like a wildlife path. It wasn't a hard trail. It was just the dew was knocked off of the grass, and you could see a definitive line through the dew going into the swamp. And so I started following that to see if I could see a track in a spot of dirt, or something that was, you know, and I did find a track out here. It looked like kind of like a deer track, but it was as long as my hand.
Gracious.
And it was, you know, a hoof, not a hog track, not a deer track, not a goat. It was way bigger, and it had a round heel pad right behind the track. And that's what I could make out.
I brought some paper. Can I get you to draw that?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And I don't know what leaves that track, but
yes,
it ain't nothing
it's
that
having
I
problems.
know that lives in the wild.
It's quite a story.
Yeah.
Where do you go from here?
I don't know, man. I'm just I can tell you this, I won't hunt down here on this side of the property in the evenings.
Not by yourself, right?
Manual mill lathe, precision metalworking, and then got a separate degree in gunsmithing. I don't know if I want to name drop the school, but it's pretty prestigious gunsmith school.
Nice.
I was one of 7 to graduate the program. We started off with 30.
Wow.
So it was very, very hard. But yeah, I went into firearms design and manufacturing, left that job, worked for a very, very large gun shop. I probably had 400 or 500 guns come through my desk any given week.
Wow.
So that's actually how I met the owner for here, and he, me and him hit it off, of course, because I had my little autistic gun rambles, you know how I do, and yeah, was able to get me here. So
nice.
Little background.
Nice. You seem like a good fit for the organization.
We all have fun. That's
right?
the thing.
Tell me describe what you saw.
Yeah. So are you wanting to start from the beginning of the night, or what we saw when we were in the truck?
What you went there in the truck?
Yeah. So we were sitting about, I think, 150 to 200. I don't know. We always have arguments about how far things are away. Oh, you know how it is.
And you're all in the truck.
We're all in the truck.
You got the headlights on.
The landman is in the driver's seat.
Okay.
The gentleman that's over all the sensitive material and structures, don't want to drop his name, but he's in the passenger seat, and I'm in the middle because we were coming back from dinner, so I had an AK in my lap. So
nice.
we were using flashlights to try to see things previously to that point. And we see a figure, which, like I said, it's probably taller than me. I'm roughly about 6 foot. It was probably a foot taller than me, walking the same path we're standing right now.
Basically right through
Yep.
here.
So you would get a sideways view, like right side if it was a man, his right shoulder would be presented walking this way. So we're looking at it, and it's moving slow enough. By the time it gets to that position, it's probably 2 or 3 minutes of us trying to decipher what we're seeing. Like, we don't know if our eyes are playing tricks on us. Like, I'm even doing things like trying to close my eyes and kind of like bleach my night vision so I can see, you know what I mean? Like, over here rubbing our eyes, like we're going crazy. And as it starts to like present its body more, like the lean-to right there, we can start to see it more. So we can see the whole side profile of it walking. And I'm like, do you see that? The whole time he is leaning over his steering wheel just staring, which at the time I was like, dang, he's not gonna say nothing back. That's kind of rude, but I guess he was just trying to make sense of it like we were. But we're like, dude, do you see that? Do you, like, just going back and forth, like we're trying to describe exactly what we're seeing. And as soon as it about faces, like
squares
off to us, we see like some yellow eyes, but it's almost like a gold, like a glowing gold look. It's not like a yellow, but I mean, we've seen enough animals out here. I mean, I've been out here for 4 or 5 months. We drive around at night, we're gonna see glowing eyes. it was nothing like I've ever seen. You know, deer eyes glow greenish blue. This was like generating light. It wasn't reflecting light. Because, I mean, we've got LEDs. It's not yellow lights we're hitting it with. We're hitting it with blue, white lights.
True.
So, like, that kind of tells me that I'm like, obviously it's not reflecting. And as soon as it looks at us, about faces, turns, squares off, whatever you want to call it, it starts moving towards us at a lot faster rate than it was walking like this. And I'm like, well, do you see that? He looks at us, and all next I know is he picks his foot up to his chest and stops on that gas pedal, and we're probably hitting 60, 70 mile an hour down that range road. And I'm sitting in the back with an AK in my lap, bouncing. I don't want to let the gun hit me because it weighs 6 pounds. So I'm sitting there hitting the top of the head. Like, we get back to the house, and we talk about what we have seen for probably like the next 3 hours, like trying to rationalize and make sense.
Sure.
Like, hey, what do you think this is? What do you think this is? We're going, like, we're all seeing the same thing and experiencing the same thing, so we're trying to like make sense of it. But yeah, we immediately went through, salted all the doorways, just cause, I don't know, what you've always heard to do, you know? So like, we tried to do anything we could to try to protect ourselves. In fact, I was actually, me and the other armor at the time, he's not here right now, but he wasn't here during that night, but we actually stay at the classroom, like next to the classroom. So there's a living quarters
Was
there,
anybody
bunk
else
beds.
booted?
I
I
traded a
seen you,
perfectly good bunk
Martino,
bed for a
saying you were
couch.
too
I
from
haven't left
YouTube.
that couch.
Is that right?
Yeah, we all moved into the house.
Good night,
We all
Bonnie.
piled up that night.
Let me ask you, when it squared, did you notice anything about the shape of the head or the size of the head compared to the rest of the
like,
body?
it didn't, like deer face like this?
Scott,
It
that's
was
one of
kinda,
my
like, a
favorite
little bit wider
stories
than
is the
that, but not as
skateboard
tapered.
swamp lizard.
And I think I saw something like higher up, not like antlers, or I don't even know what it was. I don't know if it was like a hood or like antlers or anything, but like the head was not a normal shape. Like, it looked like elongated more than it should. But yeah, it almost looked like, in my mind, like looking back at it, it kind of looked like someone with a cloak with like small horns and like it over it with glowing eyes, kind of in my mind, or maybe ears, like. But yeah, it kind of looked, I was like, God, that looks kind of like medieval times kind of thing. Like, looking back at it, like, that's how I can remember it. But I don't know if they've let you know about that.
That's
but
a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
We're tapped into that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Of course, man.
That sounds great. So there you have it. Do I think these guys are legit? Yeah. I think they're very credible. I think they're some of the most legitimate and credible people that we've ever interviewed on Carolina Case Files. Maybe some of the most credible and legitimate people that we'll ever interview on Carolina Case Files.
What do you guys think?
Again, they received.
You agree with him?
They've received the highest training you can get in the military, some of these guys. And they don't get rattled, but they saw something. They saw something that rattled them. Subscribe to our channel so that you can join us next time on Carolina Case Files.
I have to check out his channel some more. Thank you, sir, for that. I liked his video, and I want, before we start saying bye-bye, what do you guys think about his video? Do you guys believe that? You know, when we have police, firemen, military, older, more distinguished, let's say, people in the society, I tend to believe them more. Or, you know, just somebody that, I don't know, kind of like, you know, a guy like me that, you know, gives my flat out explanation of what happened to me and my friends when we were 14, and I don't hum or or oh yeah. So, you know, you have somebody that's just legitimately, you know, just telling facts like it is. And it's just like, hey, listen, this is what happened. That's what I did. That's what I do. I thought that was intriguing. So I want to thank you guys for coming on. I want to thank the donations that I got. There were some really generous ones out there tonight. Even if it was just a tiny bit, guys, every single bit helps immensely. I didn't quite get there tonight, but hopefully I'll get there Saturday. So, guys, I appreciate you more than you could ever know. Thank you for coming. I believe Taz should be here on Saturday to join me. He's been moving, so that's where he's been. Thank you to my mods, BJ, Josie, and Kel. You guys are phenomenal. And thank you to the 412 family. You guys are just as phenomenal. I appreciate you. Watch for and there 100% is going to be a short, either tonight or tomorrow. I'm not going to hold off on this bastard who's I'm using right now. So if it allows me to release it tonight, there will be a short popping up here. We'll talk about it on Saturday, the question that I throw at you guys. I love you all. Thank you so much for coming. I greatly appreciate you all so much. Have a great night, guys.
There are things in this world that we cannot understand. Things we thought were myth. Mysteries that defy reality. And even darker conspiracies. What Lurks Beneath will take you deep into real cases and accounts of the strange and supernatural that will leave you wondering the truth about what's truly around us. You won't want to miss this one.
We just heard a rock clack right over here.
In today's world, video isn't optional, it's essential. At Full Res Films, we bring your story to life with cinematic quality and creative vision. From corporate videos that inspire, to powerful testimonials that build trust, to breathtaking drone footage that elevates your brand. Whether it's live events, training videos, music videos, or documentaries, our team captures every moment. Don't settle for ordinary, choose Full Res Films, and let's create something amazing together. FullResFilms.com, 216-201-9649.
Planet 412 is your channel through the veil, where cryptids walk, UFOs soar, and the paranormal whispers in the dark. From chilling storytelling, eerie narrations, and on-location investigations, to live streams, exclusive interviews, and shocking reviews of the bizarre, Planet 412 is your front row seat to the supernatural. Subscribe now, Planet 412 on YouTube. Do you believe?